Good morning, everyone. My name is Bob Branch. I'm the pastor at the Springs Community Church, and I'm bringing a daily devotional, typically on Psalm 23, just to focus us and encourage us to focus on the Lord and to feed you and some different kind of things of that sort. And so I want to take this morning, though, and go a little bit of a different direction. As I was praying for you and thinking about this, I thought how important it is for us to actually take some time and simplify. We have this season right now where we can simplify our lives because it has been thrust upon us. Simplicity has been thrust upon us. Less has been thrust upon us. And you've heard this idea before, less is more. But in this case, it's an invitation, I believe, from God to find more in less. And then once we go into the future without this coronavirus crisis, when we do that, then we have a simpler lifestyle. We don't just return to the already busy and frenzied lifestyle that we had, that we return to something that is more on our terms, that we have decided what is most important. We've built our lives around what is more important, and we have established some patterns of consistency that in these new simplistic and simple type of ways, not simplistic, but simple type of ways. And so I want to give you some suggestions. I'm going to talk about this a little bit more next week, but I want to give you some suggestions on what it might look like to simplify. And as I was thinking about this, I realized that as we have been doing online church and actually trying to get better, and we're going to actually, I believe, deliver a much better, more quality online service this particular Sunday, this coming Sunday. And I want to invite you to come and join us on our YouTube channel. But all of those things, as well as these daily devotionals, have added quite a bit to my life. And I found that I've been getting short and touchy and a bit on the prickly side. And I had to, this morning, kind of come back to, wait a minute, what am I really about? And as I thought about that, I thought there's a number of things that came to mind that are just very super practical in terms of things that we can do to simplify, things that we can do for fun, things that we can fill our schedules with, where it's not just a giant tick list of different things that we still want to do so that we can keep busy. I don't think that idea of keeping busy is a healthy thing for the human soul. So let me give you some thoughts on what this might look like, and I think you might be surprised. Most of these are not particularly religious thoughts, but I think all of these things, because God is involved in all of the different dimensions of our lives, He's involved in all these things. So I've got a couple of lists that are sitting here around me, so I'm going to take a peek at those things. So don't worry if I'm going on a script. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. The first thing I want to encourage you to do is exercise. That is, get some things where you can let off some steam. I've found that in the midst of this coronavirus crisis that we're having, that there's people are pretty stressed. And so you get into the store and people are stressed and they don't want anything to do with anybody. And I actually sneezed at Vaughn's the other day, and I thought I was going to be killed. So with all of that said, get some exercise. Make sure that you get off and let off some steam. I worked out this morning on a video on Amazon, and it really was helpful to me. A second thing is go for a long walk. And I would say go for a long walk every day. If you have the extra time, go for a walk. And it doesn't have to be a speed walk. It can just be a recreational walk. Who knew? You could actually do that. Another thing you can do is to play games. Play games with your family. Play games. Amazon has even got some fun games to play if you're an Amazon Fire Stick or person. There are some fun video games that you can play in that way. I do want to encourage you, don't waste a lot of time just spending all day playing on your video games on your phone or any of those different things. I want to ask you to invest your time in some things that are more people-oriented, and those things will fill you up in the final analysis, where a video game will simply not fill you up. So with that, I would say play Uno. Super simple. There are some ways of playing it that aren't as simple, that are way, way fun. Travel rummy. Do a puzzle. Laugh. Ha! Remember to laugh. Make sure that you remember to laugh in this. Read a novel. And there's all kinds of good novels. Today on Thursday, this is Thursday that I'm doing this broadcast, I'm recording. Two Tolkien, J.R.R. Tolkien books came out on Kindle that are for $2.99, or books that I had never even heard of that were published and written by him. And so I just downloaded those. Read a novel, do a puzzle, I think is what I said. Play an instrument. If you play an instrument, then spend some time, sit down and play, get reacquainted with that instrument. It's been calling out to you a long time. If you don't know how to play an instrument, then maybe you get online and you learn how. Fender actually has a website where they actually have lessons for pretty much everything. I think Udemy as well does different things like that. Learn how to play an instrument. Be silly. If you have young kids, be silly with your kids. If you have older kids, be silly with your kids. What's the moral of the story? Be silly. Be silly. It's okay to be silly and just laugh. Sit outside and relax. Lower your RPMs. Sleep in. Do some different things that you just simply can't do at other different times. But I would also encourage you to keep up a routine of sleep and activities. Don't just stay up way late and sleep way in the morning, but keep a steady routine. It'll actually help with your mood. It'll help with everything. Connect once a day, at least once a day, with somebody that you know, a friend, a relative. Connect in FaceTime or Skype or call them on the phone, but connect. Don't let yourself get isolated from people. Oh, and did I say laugh? Yes, laugh. Make sure you keep up the laughing. Read your Bible slowly every day. Journal the feelings that come up as you do. Even journal the feelings that are coming up inside of you, even as a result of this crisis that we're going through. Invest in a hobby. Spend less screen time. I know I'm recording this on a screen, but I want to encourage you, spend less time with your tablet or your phone or your TV and spend more time with people and walk and exercise and do things like that. Oh, did I say laugh? Oh yeah, wah! Make sure that you laugh. Do some yard work, but with moderation. This doesn't mean that you landscape the entire neighborhood and that you have got to go and clean out Home Depot of all the good stuff that they have. But do some yard work. Paint a room. Redecorate a room in your house. Be kind to people at the supermarket. Be patient. Prefer others in these things. Drive slower than normal. We forget, I think, a lot of times that we're not in a rush anymore. We don't have anything to rush about. So get some slower rhythms. Watch some television program. I included this at the very end because I think that binge watching is our normal go-to in our society now. And there's some really fun things to watch on television. I've queued up Picard. I want to see that, Star Trek Picard. I already watched Mandalorian. That was a hoot. That was really fun. But whatever that it is, watch some meaningful program that will fill you up as well. Like, I know that this is on the Hallmark Channel and it sounds a little cheesy, but on the Hallmark Channel, there's a movie called When Love Is Not Enough. It's the story of how Alcoholics Anonymous started and Al-Anon started from Bill Wilson and his wife, and it's from her point of view, and it's quite good and quite meaningful. Movies like Temple Grandin, beautiful movie, actually very enriching. The Book Thief, all kinds of movies like that are actually quite meaningful and will fill you up. But in your binge watching, do that with some real moderation, because I think that we can just veg at video games, we can veg in front of the TV, we can veg in our screens, and don't do that. Don't let yourself do that. Establish a new rhythm that once everything gets going again, you have a different rhythm and you can proceed with life in a different way than you did before. Oh, and did I remember to say laugh? Laugh. Yeah, laugh. Make sure that you laugh. That's your call to action. Don't just sit there. Do something meaningful, filling, and fun. Again, don't just sit there. Do something meaningful, filling, and fun. Let me pray for you for just a moment. Father, I pray that we would be able to take advantage of this beautiful time that we have of being able to hit the reset button and set our sights on some things that are more relaxing, a slower pace of life, that we can get filled up, that we can sleep and get rested. I pray, Lord, in particular, that you would keep and protect everyone that's listening in on this from the virus or getting sick in any particular way. But Lord, I pray that you would allow us to lower our RPMs, to laugh a lot, and to connect with you and connect with others. I pray your blessing on each person now in Jesus' name. And then lastly, I just want to invite you on Sunday morning, 10 a.m. We'll have we'll put a lot of work into our worship service for this week. The sound will be better, the video will be better, everything will be better, except for me, I won't look any better. But hey, this is what I've got to work with. So I really want to invite you to come and be a part of that, invite you to come and give on PayPal online with us as well, and to we'll keep on moving forward together. Until then, thanks so much for tuning in, and God bless you.